We have BJP senior leader Swapan Dasgupta with us over phone. Sir, you have been injured. We were showing visuals. Can you tell us what's happening and what you have been through?
Was approaching the old Howrah Bridge when as soon as it got to there, first they fired water cannons, and immediately after that, without anything, they fired tear gas shells, and then promptly went in for a lathi charge. There was a stampede. Predictably, there was a stampede. I can personally say that I got pushed by some probably policemen with the batons and fell down. Could have been even, they have suffered some minor cuts and abrasions, but most people really, it was dispersed. But the important thing is that a peaceful demonstration was attacked in this fashion in 3 parts around Calcutta. One was in Calcutta, the other 2 were in Howrah and Satragachi. Many of our leaders have been arrested, and a large number of people who came by trains and all have been detained and prevented from going to their places. So if this is the type, and this was a planned demonstration a long time ago, and if this is the nature of if this is the manner in which normal democratic activity is obstructed, you can well imagine what the whole situation in the state is like. This was a march against corruption. This was a march to expose those who've been looting the state, who've been looting the exchequer, and this is the reaction of the state government.
Well, Mr. Dasgupta, I hope that you are fine now. But also there are allegations that the BJP workers have been pelting stones towards the police. And also we saw a police car being vandalized. So that's the charges against the BJP workers by the police. What's your comment on that, Mr. Dasgupta?
It is quite possible that something may have happened when people were getting dispersed. But you must realize that it was the initial assault was done by the police, and they were determined. And it was done in Satragachi, it was done in Howrah, and it was done in Calcutta. So it was formed a part of a pattern of trying to get people worked up. And if, a normal peaceful demonstration is attacked in this way, a few untoward incidents are bound to happen, but I would blame the entire responsibility on the state administration.
Well, Mr. Dasgupta, already we have seen that Shubhendu Adhikari has been detained by the police, and you, being a very senior leader, also took part in the rally and you are injured. So what you are going to do next as all these things are happening around? What's your next step from BJP?
Well, this is a step in the movement which has been taking place in the thing. The larger endeavor is to create a meaningful alternative in which the people of West Bengal can enjoy progress, they can enjoy a corruption-free existence, and they can actually be able to catch up with the rest of the country. Bengal has been falling behind at every particular point, and this corruption is a main factor behind it. And we intend to intensify our activity in a constructive way and also in an agitational way.
Well, Mr. Dasgupta, it was unprecedented how BJP workers were being stopped from boarding trains from different districts. So the allegation against the government was that free movement was being stopped as well. So, Mr. Dasgupta,
exactly.
Any last comment on what has been happening since? Yes.
Well, I think the whole country should know the true face of this government, which prevents protests against corruption, and it has also seen visuals of what took place today, but it has simultaneously seen visuals of the stash of cash which has been found under beds in ministerial associates' homes, and they can make the contrast between the two, and then they can form their own conclusion, and I think the conclusions will lead in one direction. That this is this is increasingly becoming a venal, illegitimate government.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dasgupta, for speaking to us. And that was Mr. Swapan Dasgupta, very senior BJP leader, and he has been taking part